Good day and welcome to the Daily Dose, your daily dose of well-being. I am Heather Peterson Lockhart and I am the Chieftess. I am a well-being coach. And Monday through Friday, I meditate on current events, astrology, maybe some quantum physics, some biology, and my intuitive understanding of what's going on in the world today. And I give you what that looks like for us today and how we can show up in our highest capacity to nurture our minds and our bodies and our spirits. And then I put some skin on it and I'll tell you what that looks like, how these dynamics are presenting in my own life, and how I'm going to show up to take care of myself today. So we rolling. Today's Monday, and I'm going to start today with a tune-in, with a toning. These are Tibetan bowls. This is a heart chakra bowl, and this is a throat chakra bowl. And each of these makes a unique vibration, and that certain vibration has a energetic and physiological response within our energetic biological bodies. And it helps us feel good, and it helps us bring us into balance. And this physically creates well-being within our organs and certain systems, depending on which frequency we're being toned with. So here you go. This is the heart chakra. Ooh. Beautiful balance of self-confidence. I speak and I hear the truth. So we had a beautiful full moon in Scorpio last night. Felt like a great big plastic bag with, didn't it? Pop some pressure. Now, depending on what popped and what situation is being, or relationship or dynamic or whatever is being presented on your plate right now, you know, we might have a little bit of instability. A lot of instability. You know, before when I share these things, I share my personal experience, and I also coach other people. And so I take into account what those that I work with. I call them student teachers, because every human is a student and a teacher in every single interaction. So my students are also my teachers, and so my student teachers teach me, you know, about what's going on with them individually, and as well as what's going on in the collective. And so these are people in different parts of the world, and a couple of them have some very, very major systems in their communities, in their countries, crumbling. Some patriarchal perversion is being illuminated, exposed, and it's falling by the wayside. And although this is a good thing, and through the shifting and sifting, you know, it'll shake out good. But as the sky falls and the ground uproots and the horizon changes, most of us feel pretty shaky in that process, and it's not exactly easy. You know what I mean? So I have a story for you today. I have a story of a guy named Mo and a girl named Carol, and they're just this fabulous couple, and they go to a different country, they move to a different country, and they study before they go there. You know, they study the local language, the local community, the customs, all that. They're totally ready, and they find their absolute dream home. They find this home. The home is just, you know, it's small and it's simple. The home is beautiful, but what the real kicker is where the home is seated. The home is seated with, I mean, it's just surrounded with the most amazing fields of lavender on one side, fields of red poppies on the other. There is a garden in the backyard filled with fruits and vegetables. And the front yard overlooks just some wild terrain, and it is absolutely beautiful. And sitting inside that home and looking over this lavender and these poppies, and knowing they have the fruits and the vegetables and in the backyard, just makes them feel safe. It makes them feel stable. I mean, like, this is what they have really, really hoped for. And so, you know, the fields are wild, and nobody lives around. So I don't know, all looks good. You know what I mean? Like, this is dream material. Let me put this here so I stop bringing this. So you know, they're living the dream life, and then one day Carol wakes up and she looks outside, and there's all this group of men, and they're like in hazmat suits, and they've got these huge blowtorches. And as she sits there and watches, one of them, he starts lighting up the lavender. I mean, like, he just starts torching the lavender, and the beautiful, beautiful lavender and all these crops are going up in flames. And she is just sitting there absolutely shocked and not knowing what to do. And so she goes and she grabs Mo, and she's like, what do we do? What do we do? And Mo's like, I don't know. It's not our land. We can't really do anything about it. And they're just freaking out. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks like a disaster. I mean, like, why the huge fire? Who are these people? Why are they lighting this beautiful field on fire? And they really don't know what to do about it. And so they just kind of sit there, and they don't have any information to make them feel comfortable, and their surroundings have changed. And so they feel kind of shaky, and they feel kind of unstable as they go through the day that day, and as they turn in for the night. And the next day, they look outside, and you know, they look to the left, and the lavender is no longer. It's a charred field. It's just burnt. It looks completely different. It's not beautiful at all. In fact, it looks sad and vacant and empty. It's depressing. It just makes them, it's just not happy. So Carol's going about her business, and then she stops, and then she sees the crew again, only the crew is on the other side of the house, and they're going at the poppy field. And she's like, you've got to be kidding me, not the poppies. And she just stands there holding her head as the first man takes the torch and lights the poppies. And she watches the poppies go up in flames, just like the lavender did. Mo stands beside her. This time they're not even talking about it. They're not even freaking out. They're just standing there dumbfounded, because they don't know what the heck is going on. And it's just shocking. It's just shocking. And so, you know, not much productivity that day, not much creativity, because they're just really wondering what is going on. And then, not to mention, but looking out over these fields that carried so much color, so much vibrance, so much life, so much beauty, are not there anymore. And it just looks horrible, you know? And then they're like, is this even our dream home anymore? Like, this really changes the whole feel of the house. I mean, what's next? The flipping fruits and vegetables in the backyard? Those gonna go? Are we not gonna have that anymore? I mean, come on, right? So, go to bed. A lot of uncertainty, you know? A lot of uncertainty. Don't think to do anything about it, though. Don't make any calls. So, next day, you know, they wake up, they go about their business, and this time they even see the trucks pull up before they see the crews out. And Carol's like, I just don't think I can handle this. I mean, are they going to burn our house down? I just don't understand what's going on. So she walks outside, and one of the men comes down off the truck and takes off his mask, and he's like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. Hi. And she just kind of stands there and looks at him, and he says, I take it you're the new residents in the home. You bought the home. And she's like, yeah, you know, and he's very friendly, and he's very nice, and she's kind of wondering, like, you know, he seems so friendly, and then really she's like, well, why wouldn't he be friendly? He's just doing his job, I guess. But and why do I feel like he's not friendly with me? Like, why do I feel like he's done something wrong to me? What's the tension? What's the deal, right? You know, and what's all this craziness? And so she stands there, and he says, I'm so glad you came out today. I'm so glad you came out. I was going to come to your house and tell you, because, you know, you're new here, you're new to the country. We heard that you're not from here. And we figured you would be completely unfamiliar with what was going on. and that it might bring some uncertainty. And so we wanted to fill you in. Every so often, we torch these fields. We completely burn them down to the ground, and we reduce them completely, and we start over. And then there will be a process where we big wasp, where we go outside and we walk through the soil, and we walk through in our bare feet. We bring the horses out, we bring the cows out, we go and trample through that soil and aerate the soil as natural as possible. And you see the burning increases the nutrient value in the soil, and so these fields are able to yield the most amazing plants and crops. And this has been the custom for quite some time, and it has served us so wonderfully. And now that you're here and this is your house, and even though, you know, this is public area, it's your house. So if you would like, you can choose what we plant this time. We could plant lavender, and then we could add some things to it if you would like some other things to look at, you know. And the poppies, we can still go with the poppies, or we can add something to it. And same with the fruits and vegetables, you know, per what you like, we can modify what we have. How does it sound? Carol stands there, like jaw on the ground, and she just wants to cry. She just wants to cry. Because here, you know, she thought she had this solid, beautifully stable home, with the beautiful, beautiful surroundings. Everything was just right. And then it starts to change. And so she feels like it's not going to be good, and it's all upside down, and they made a bad decision, and it's all out of control, and it's all, and it's actually not. It's actually way better than it was to begin with. It's way better. I mean, it's going to be even better. Like, she can have lavender and she can have lilies. That's like, I mean, that's better than a dream. So you see, sometimes when the horizon is changing, we just need to let it roll, because we have to remember that each soul showing up in each situation has their part. And even though we don't understand it, we might even think they're a jerk. Everyone is on divine appointment, divine mission, and they're responding accordingly. And you know what? As far as I can feel and understand, we're each doing the best job we can. We really are. Even when we're jerks, we're really kind of trying, believe it or not. It's just that most of us are kind of Forrest Gumping our way through the life, and we're choosing the best choices that we can at that time. And they're not always the best choices, but we don't choose them to be a jerk most of the time. We're trying to do our best. And we very rarely have the full picture when we look out on that horizon and we see that guy coming in the mask, and we think it's doomed and things are going to be horrendous. But, you know, that is running the show always hooks it up for our greatest good. So today, plant a new garden, and remember, you'll have new seeds soon. Just allow the soil to become uprooted, and understand that which is happening is always for our greatest good, and we are always in the right place at the right time. So that's what I have for you today. I love you, and if you would like for me to take a look at what's going on in your life and help you see and allow you to feel how to show up in your highest capacity, I would love to connect. Just go to www.thechieftess.com, book a connection consultation, and I will give you my 20 years of professional, 20 plus years, 23 actually, of professional expertise and personal experience, and just all the good stuff to help you come up with solutions to show up in your highest. Happy Monday. Have a great day. We're kicking off May tomorrow. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.